Hi Virgo, we're going to do your May fortnightly reading from the 17th through to the 31st. So this is the final 2 weeks of the month. As we close off what has been a massive month, launching with that full moon in Scorpio on the 7th, kicked off 4 planets in retrograde. The retrogrades have been, will be, continue to be, because they will actually, depending on what retrograde we're talking about, they will continue until the end of the year at some point. But we've got Venus, Saturn, Pluto and Jupiter in retrograde. Now we're learning everything. We're going through the timeline, everything we have learned about love, connection, intimacy, our love language and how we connect to others, intimate or otherwise, thanks to Venus going in retrograde. We're going to the depths of our subconscious and our deeper drives, fears, patterning, things that we're not aware of, are brought to our conscious awareness. We're becoming enlightened in some regard thanks to Pluto in retrograde. With Saturn in retrograde, we're wanting to redo the structures, rules, boundary lines that we've been taught, whether that's because of religion, family values, society, it's just the way things are done. And with Jupiter retrograde, we're really identifying the ways in which we push away opportunity, how we experience growth and expansion or not, what manifestation means for me, how I'm manifesting in love or fear, There's a beautiful meaning behind these retrogrades going into partnership together and happening at the same time. We're really looking at the rules and boundaries of love, connection, how love has grown us, how it's been an opportunity for expansion or retraction, and going deeper still with Pluto to see what the darker drives are there, our shadow element. Well, we can go all deep in psychology, Virgo, but we won't. Unconditional love. Let's see if it wants to come up again. I feel like I need to put it back. Let's see what your theme is going to be. If you haven't already, your May Practically Soulful monthly reading has been posted on the channel. And the June ones I will be working on from this weekend into next week so that they're there in time for June. June kicks off our eclipse season. Yay! The last 2.5 years, we've had an eclipse cycle thanks to Cancer and Capricorn, which has taught us very much about the divine feminine and masculine essence, and the way in which we've allowed those energies to be experienced, met, and expressed in our life, in our journey, And more often than not, that's done in relationships, but fundamentally that energy happens within. We've had to balance the masculine elements within ourselves. As we kick off the Sagittarius and Gemini ecliptical cycle for the next 2 years from June, this is about moving with that Sagittarian energy, which is, ruled by Jupiter. It's expansion, abundance. And Gemini, well, in the tarot, Gemini is ruled by the lovers. This is about divine love, unconditional love, what that means and how we've experienced that or not in our lives, and what we've decided we want moving forward now that we get to make that decision, regardless of how that was modeled to us. It's actually quite beautiful energy. Manifestation. Sorry. This has happened with the readings this week, that I'm doing them obviously not based on Aries, Taurus, Gemini, and going through the zodiac like that. I'm going by the views, and so naturally the zodiac readings are chopping and changing. There's no structure to that other than who has viewed it the most. So you guys are with Leo. Maybe you have Leo in your chart. Maybe you are connecting to a Leo. I've just done the Leo reading and it's the same thing. Manifestation. I feel like I'm doing readings that are mirroring each other, but yet they do offer unique messages when the tarot comes out, okay? So as this oracle card suggests, this is the manifestation card. This is represented by the magician in the tarot. You are working with potent manifestation energy, Virgo. And as we all know, represented by the shadow element here, we can manifest our fears. We can also manifest our highest vibrations, our highest ideals, We can manifest in light, or we can manifest in the dark. How many times do we say, I'm not going to pass that test, or I'm not good at this? And it's the words we are speaking, spelling, which actually create our existence, our reality, our deeper subconscious beliefs. How often do we actually take conscious note of how we are speaking about self? What are you manifesting based on that energy, that belief, that spelling, speaking? Yeah, we're speaking something into existence. What are you spelling out for yourself? Spells manifest, yeah? What are you creating? What are you manifesting based on that? I feel very relevant here when it comes to the Pluto retrograde, but also the Jupiter retrograde. So let's look at those two energies. It is our deeper subconscious, our deeper fears and beliefs, our deeper drives that we might not be aware of. They're trying to make themselves known intuitively to us our whole lives, our whole journey. Deeper subconscious drives are formed based, in our upbringing in many ways. Deeper subconscious drives try to make themselves known in our dream state, and sometimes they do not present until they present in a connection, yeah? Because as human beings, we're so used to looking outside of self. We're asking the world, am I okay? Am I enough? We're judging outside of ourselves. We're not taught to go within to decide what that truth is or what we are, because we're within a society that teaches us to look outside of self. So naturally those messages, those deeper subconscious patternings aren't made apparent to us until they are apparent in a connection, and it has to shock us, awaken us on some level to see. And they might say, God, you're really bad at this, or you'll fail at that, or that won't work, or because that's actually a mirror of what we believe about self. I know it's really difficult to take that on board when it's the first time we come across that concept, but how the world mirrors us is the truth of what is inside. So think of criticisms, think of judgments, think of experiences. These are all reflective of what actually is going on in here internally, and it is in that subconscious depth that we can get raw and real with ourselves to decide, based on that frequency, yeah, I've manifested a lot of darkness, a lot of challenging experiences. I've manifested the very realities I've said that I would create. I failed that test. That relationship didn't work. I didn't get that car park at a busy shopping centre, whatever the case may be. Now is the time for you to flip the script and really see what you can manifest based on light. And that flows through you, through every cell and fibre of your being. The way you think, the way you speak, the way you feel, the way you create, the way you ground yourself in a truth. That came out differently than the Leo one a little bit. I really felt like I needed to channel that energy down, that light down, to flood the darkness. Look at that. Bring that light down, that higher wisdom, that higher knowing. I'm connecting to Virgos that know this, but you're probably experiencing a disconnect. You consciously, on a higher level, know this, but are finding it difficult to ground that down into the very reality that you find yourself in. So that's well and good, Ali, thoughts create things, and I can manifest love, light, abundance, and all that stuff, but I'm currently without a job, or whatever the case may be. There's this block that's happening. I was going to call you Leo. There's this block happening that makes you feel like that part of you is separate to this part of you. So how do we embody? Let's take a look. You haven't allowed your shadow and light selves to merge. And so I do want to say, any shadow elements that you experience in another, and that could be in an experience, in another person, in an old situation, old experience, an old hurt, they are wanting to come forward. And so maybe I'm talking to Virgos that as the retrograde season kicked off at the beginning of May, you're very much drawn back into the past on some level, on many levels, going back through the timeline, doing a bit of a cha-cha, because I can see here, I don't want to manifest what I used to have. I don't want to recreate the past in some way. But you're getting clear, Virgo, in the head. Your thoughts are getting, and you master the thoughts. You are ruled by Mercury. So you're not an air sign, you're an earth sign, but you are also very air element in the sense that because you are ruled by Mercury, it's about communications, thoughts, ideas. This is about a shift in consciousness for you when it comes to manifestation. And it might be something as simple as me just saying, you have manifested very strongly, very well, very quickly when it comes to your fears and those thoughts you thought that weren't of the light. I'm not accusing anyone here, but we all do it. Like I said, it could be as simple as I'm just so used to speaking a certain way and creating a belief system about myself and my reality that it's just, go back through the timeline and see how you truly have manifested based on that energy. We've all done it, because when it's not until we look at that and go, well, goodness, I can manifest. I have created stuff in the past. I was thinking that will happen, and it did. Now try this with the light. With your loved ones, with someone you deeply care about, with your children, with your friends that you want to see succeed, would you say those same things that you have said to yourself? What would you want for them? What do they believe? What do you believe they deserve to manifest for themselves? Yeah? That is perhaps the quickest shift when it comes to no longer manifesting from fear, but manifesting from love. You know, because what we naturally want as empaths is we want our loved ones to be okay. So we're so good at encouraging others. We're so good at being supportive. We can give that energy to them in many ways, but we don't know how to do that for self. Like I said, this whole world, we are taught to look outside of self, focus on the outside. What does the world think of me? What does the world need? How can I look better, be better, energetically, metaphorically, or otherwise? We're very rarely encouraged to truly go within, because it can be awakening to really look within and see how we haven't allowed ourselves the same love and light that we've given others. Yeah, the Ten of Coins, the dynasty, the marriage card, the commitment card. This is about you manifesting abundance and a future and a dream, a vision of what you want. You have awakened to your ability of what you want to create for yourself moving forward. When the Hangman shows up, this is an awakening card, and this is really you looking at yourself, your possibilities in a whole new way. And this journey, this retrograde journey through the past, whether the past has been calling, whether the past has come up for review and it physically shows up sometimes, or we start to get low in our vibration, remembering pains of the past, it's all relevant, because it is this retrograde energy is asking us how we have manifested in this, Virgo, and how we are now deciding, and we are awakening to this realization that I truly am a manifester and a creator, and I am powerful at it, and I am now deciding to manifest from here. This is merging your higher knowing with your human self. You know this on a higher level. I'm really drawn to that King of Swords card that I said earlier about, I know you are not an earth sign. I know you're an earth sign. I know you're not an air sign, but you are ruled by Mercury. There's going to be a shift in your consciousness about what all of this means for you. What does permanency mean for you? What does commitment mean for you? What does leaving a legacy and creating a dynasty mean for you? This is, long-term success. And it doesn't just have to be coins, but the coins do rule financial abundance. So there's a big focus on that for you. It does rule something tangible to have and hold. All this higher knowing you've wanted, felt, experienced, you are bringing that down, this higher view, this different view. And that's what's happening here with the Hangman. He's hanging upside down, so he does not see the world in the same way as everyone else. So I might be connecting into Virgos who are not seeing their deeper desires in the same way that others may not see them. So I do want to take heed. It might not be time yet to share your vision, your manifestation goals, what you want to manifest, what you are currently working on, what you are wanting to create, and this new chapter, this new version of yourself, whatever it is. I do want to say that you might find yourself enthusiastically sharing dreams, ideas, goals, whatever the case may be, and people may not look at it in the same way you do. So I do want to say, maybe hold that to yourself for a little bit, hold that here so that it manifests to its potency. Now, spiritually speaking, when we are working on a creative project, when we are building a business idea, when we are working on something, when we have something that is so special and dear to our hearts, whether it's a connection, a lifestyle choice that means the most to us, yeah? Especially if it is so very different to who we used to be or what we used to have, or it's just different to what our old world is used to seeing from us. There's a danger in sharing that in its premature phase, because it will automatically put a halt on the progress of that manifestation energy, because that's when good well-meaning friends and family, but in fear, in their fear energy, might go, you can't do that, or don't do it that way, or you got to be careful. It's the voices that are actually reflecting what's really going on in here. So there's potency in keeping things to ourselves and holding connections, ideas, projects, wishes close to our heart until we are ready and strong and firm, until it's a 10 of coins energy, so that we can say, this is what we are, this is who I am, this is what I'm doing, this is what's happening now, and I'm well and truly past the assessment and needing feedback mode, because here it is, it's been created, birthed, it's here. So I felt the strong need to tell some Virgos that, because others aren't going to see things in the way you do, but also there's this gift in you retrograding, you going back and seeing how much your journey has taught you. You're looking at your past, your role, your purpose, your future potentials in a different way than perhaps. This is a mindset shift. Wow. When when the High Priestess shows up, you are very much pillared by your dark experiences and your light experiences. They have strengthened and formed your intuition to where it is today. This is in the past. You intuitively know the direction, the path you want to take, okay? As a woman or man, it's one of the most important women in your life. It's revered. It's someone that you're perhaps even approaching for spiritual advice. But this is the divine temple within. This is intuitive knowing. Make no mistake. This is awakening. I'm talking to Virgos that have experienced some form of awakening. Ascended awareness when it comes to manifestation, what they want to create as far as permanency and the story moving forward, what you want to manifest and create for yourself. The Seven of Cups crowns you. The Wheel of Fortune is at your base. The Knight of Cups is what's likely to happen next. The Ace of Wands. The Two of Swords. The Two of Coins. 22. The Six of Swords. Beautiful. This is well within your control. Well within your control. Underneath all this is you doing a practical review. When the Seven of Coins shows up, there is a mindset within us that can go, I'm not at the 10 yet. But you are, Virgo. I feel like you need to see something in another way. There's a slight mindset shift. You have everything you need to create this 10 of coins. You have it. You might look at what you practically have, or what you practically have to offer, or the resources that are going to get you from here to, from A to B, or whatever the case may be, this next chapter. You might look at your journey and look at the loss that you've experienced. But the truth is, it's actually been the 10 of coins. You are already at the 10 of coins. Yeah? Underneath all this is a beautiful review process of how much you have learned, grown, what you can take with you and what you will no longer need to carry when it comes to this retrograde energy and retrograding, Above all this, the seven of cups, you've got 2 sevens here. So there's spiritual principles that are being integrated when it comes to 77, 22. There are spiritual principles here that are being integrated when it comes to mastering what life has taught you. about manifestation and how you have been the creator all along. 22 is the master teacher. There are spiritual principles that you are integrating and seeing your journey, your path, your abilities, yourself in a whole new way, where at one time you may have felt overwhelmed with choice. Because I do see what crowns you here. Maybe what has crowned you is this sense of feeling there's always options, yeah? There's always options of which way to be, which way to think, which path to take, whatever the case may be. This is also feeling abundant with choice about your path moving forward. We don't have to, when it comes to what I want out of life, when I'm creating this, when I'm manifesting, who am I to say, I just want to manifest this amazing career and I don't care how else the rest of my life pans out? Yes, you deserve to manifest every single quadrant of your life that will feel like deep fulfillment. Yeah? So this is, as a crowning energy, you are well within your right to manifest and feel overwhelmed with opportunity, with where you can actually manifest long-term security. It doesn't just have to be in your career and within your finances. You have the divine birthright to manifest, the way you experience your friendships, the way you experience your daily routine and the job you go to and deeply enjoying it. You deserve to manifest in a beautiful experience of love and connection and anything. There's options here for you to truly manifest long-term security. It is from there you will know what you want to offer your heart to, okay? When it comes to the Nine of Cups, this is an expression of love, an offering of love, okay? We get clear then. When we see our path, our purpose, when we review things, we see things in a whole new way, because it gives us a whole new way of looking at what we want to do moving forward. And a big part of doing is what we will actually accept when something is offered to us. We very quickly see what resonates and what no longer does. We very quickly know what it is that we will offer when it comes to what we're offering as far as our time, our love, what we want to invest in. The Knight of Cups. The Knight of Cups is definitely an offer of love on some level, The Ace of Wands is a beautiful new beginning. It's a lot of creative energy, it's excitement. This is this new chapter that is filling you with excitement, potential. There's an offer here. There's an offer here that will be made, and it's about this bright spark, this opportunity. I do see that I'm connecting to Virgos that are weighing things up, and what they're probably weighing up is their fears. Yeah? I can go this way, I can do this. This is about you moving out of the shadows though, Virgo. This is your theme, yeah? When it comes to manifestation, remember the times you have manifested very successfully based on the fears that you were thinking, feeling, allowing, yeah? No more juggling. You know what you want to invest into when the Two of Coins shows up. Perhaps you are investing in your fears a little bit too much, to the point that you realize I can keep investing in my fears and they will keep showing me that I'll manifest them. Or I can genuinely move away from an old way of doing things in peace. This is guarantee that you are moving into more calmer waters. When the Six of Swords shows up, we are moving towards peace. We are choosing to travel forward. With the very little that we have, I'll take only what I need to carry. Yeah, the wisdoms, the lessons when it comes to manifesting, our fears and how much we've invested in perhaps feeling overwhelmed with how much we can bring into our lives. Yeah, the Six of Swords shows up. We are moving into more calmer waters because we know who we are, what we want, and what we want to achieve moving forward. 22. The Ace. It is a new you've reached a level of mastery. There's almost like a crossroads energy here, Virgo. You have reached a level of mastery, and that is what the final 2 weeks of May is offering you. An awareness of the mastery you have achieved when it comes to manifestation. This is about getting raw and real with self and saying, I see now how my fears and my consciousness have created a reality that looks like this. my energy has created a reality that vibrated at this level and drew in these sort of experiences. Because my energy was vibrating at this level, I drew in and manifested people that vibrated at that level, experiences that vibrated at that level. If I fundamentally believe in loss, or that I will somehow lose, I will continue to attract experiences that will prove my belief right. If I fundamentally believe in betrayal, I will essentially draw in experiences that will bring that energy into my experience as well. Yeah, there's this merging, this, you know about this, you know this. You've perhaps found it a bit difficult to ground it down into your reality. But this connecting into your intuition is essential, Virgo, because that's what the energy you've recently come from, okay? You have always been intuitively guided. Whether we can look back on our past and say so much bad stuff has happened to me or so much good stuff has happened to me, there's wisdom and truth in both. We have always been guided by our intuition to help us navigate all chapters, and all of them come with wisdom that we take with us. We don't have to carry the whole load, the whole memory, the whole weight. We take only what is important as we move towards peace. And sometimes that is some people, sometimes that is the lesson, what I won't do again, what I will do again, yeah? We take only what we want to carry or can carry. We don't have to carry the whole lot. And that's how we move towards peace. I do want to say to the Virgos that I'm connecting into, this is a time for you to truly remember how powerful your intuition is. It has been speaking, and maybe in our fears we have ignored our intuition when we should have acted a certain way, made a certain decision, whatever the case may be. When it comes to manifestation energy, you're working with Jupiter in retrograde. This is about following your intuition so you truly take an opportunity for what it is, you know, accepting an opportunity to expand, grow, experience abundance. Yeah? Anything you touch turns to gold. I just heard that. But the Wheel of Fortune is whatever life used to look like, it is going to look different. This is a guarantee. The wheel always turns. This is the wheel turning in your favor. Okay? Trust that the road, the path, the destination you are trying to navigate, this whole new way of looking at things and wanting to build this legacy, this dynasty, this new long-term success you're wanting to commit to, offer your heart to, this new beginning is going to be leading you to your fortune. Now, fortune is not just financial or material. It is there's fortunate feelings in here because we are abundant with love. There's fortunate feelings in here because I finally have peace of mind and a strong sense of clarity of who I am, what I want, and what I want to create, what my path looks like moving forward. Because I am the creator. I am the creator of that. Yeah? I'm even going to say this is some form of a win. Okay? And I don't use that term lightly, like an abundant win, a financial win, an increase in abundance. This is whatever finances look like for you now. It is set to change. There's going to be evidence of that by the end of May. Getting that job, getting that client, getting that money, winning a little bit of money, a lot of money. I'm just putting it out there. This is abundance, you know? And this is about commitment and a commitment to the future. And something about that has changed or will be changing. Your views of commitment, your views of what you want to commit to, how you viewed commitment. You know, it's the wheel is turning in your favor with this choice to move forward and commit to that dream, that goal, that lifestyle, that connection. There's a new beginning here. There's passion and there's a balance of emotions and something that you can truly ground down. Like you've got all the suits on the table. You've got your wands, you've got your cups, you've got your coins, you've got your swords. Okay? This is the balanced quadrants of you. Mind, heart, physical. Yeah, there's a balance here. Emotions. Let's keep going with these and then I'm going to finish off your reading. So you are of obviously in review mode. You're looking, and that's what I said, take that mindset shift. Allow yourself to see yourself and your path, your past in a whole new way. Because I feel I'm talking to Virgos, I'm not quite there yet. I need to have this before I do that next thing. But you already have your 10 of coins. And it changed, and you will see it in a whole new way with a simple mindset shift. You know, there's that King of Swords energy. This is you, strong clarity in the mind. I get it. Virgos are so good at overthinking. You are amazing at overthinking, actually. But this is amazing clarity when it comes to mind mastery. Yeah, I am the master of my mind, and it is only up to me how I think and what I think and what I believe, regardless of what life has shown me in the past, regardless of what others tell me. The opinions of others do not matter. There is freedom in truly letting go of that. There's freedom in truly knowing that I will just take counsel from here, from here, from here, yeah? But this is a strong, clear mind. Strong, clear knowing of what you want to move towards, okay? What you peacefully want to move towards, what you peacefully want to offer your heart to, what you peacefully, and this is actually quite exciting, but what you want to begin, what you excitedly want to begin, what you want to commit to. Yeah? The Lovers card. Everyone's getting this card. Venus in retrograde is about divine love. The Lovers card rules Gemini. Venus retrograde is falling in Gemini. We are learning about what true divine love is. And now make no mistake, this happens internally before it can genuinely happen externally. Sometimes we have to go deep and experience this awakening. Sometimes we have to follow our intuition so we can truly decide what it is that we want to commit to and offer our heart to when it comes to what divine love is for us. When the Lovers card shows up, Virgo, you know, they are looking at each other. They are guided by support and angelic assistance from the cosmos, yes. And with the sun shining its, you know, its vitality and love rays onto them, it's fueling them, yes. But make no mistake that our very reality that we live in will always come with temptation, yeah? There is a snake in that tree. And that's just simply symbolic of how we can be tempted, you know, to dip back into fear, to dip back into old ways of thinking, how we can dip into fear-based choices when it comes to manifesting the dark or manifesting the light. And every single day is a choice. Every single day is a choice. What are we creating based on fear through our choices, through our thoughts, through our actions, what we will and won't engage in anymore, what we put boundaries down with because there's conflict. That's what I was picking up on earlier. When the Lovers card shows up, it's also a head and heart decision, you know, not feeling conflicted by needing to pick one or over the other. It's about knowing that both are in harmony. I'm listening and feeling my heart because this feels right. This choice to change career, enter this partnership, take this to the next level, do this next chapter of my life. I'm feeling it in here because it feels right for me, and it also feels and I'm thinking that aligns to me too, you know, it makes logical sense to me. Yeah, that's what that's what the energy of the Lovers is all about. It's that beautiful head-heart equality that, like I said, it's like the 4 elements that you had here in your reading, you know. I do see there is a time of conflict. There is a time, even third-party situations, you know, when this conflict card shows up, there's been some higher principles. Now, conflict can show up externally or it can show up internally, Virgo. This is feeling competitive, feeling like we need to compete, wanting to fight for something, feeling like I need to defend something here. You know, the 3 of Cups shows up. It can potentially be external energy. That's what I was picking up earlier when I was saying to you, don't necessarily share your ideas or deepest desires, your goals in their infancy. And sometimes we have to hold them close to our heart until it's already formed, already here, already realized, and then we announce it. Yeah, does that make sense? Because I feel like sometimes we have to Fight off the interference of third-party energy. That might be relevant for some Virgos. You know, with all this retrograde energy, maybe there are influences from the past wanting to resurface. It might feel like conflict. It might feel like it's disharmonic, because when I see that energy in between these two cards, it's interfering energy. Yeah? But this is about you achieving emotional equilibrium when the Queen of Cups shows up. Balancing the heart and mind. Look at that, the Queen of Cups, the Queen of Swords. That's the heart, that's the mind. Maybe you are embodying those yourself, okay? Water signs, air signs. It's about walking away from conflict that you no longer want to engage in. And perhaps even when it always comes, conflict always exists within before it exists without. On some level, conflict mirrors what's already going on internally, yeah? Until we get to a higher principle and knowing, thanks to the Hierophant, this is what I want, this is what I will stand for, this is what I'll no longer stand for. I'm more than comfortable to speak my truth clearly. And conflict no longer exists. It ends eventually. I was saying that in the last reading. Conflict is natural when we start behaving in a way that people don't expect us to be, because we've played a certain role. But now that we're looking at things in a different way, the Hangman, people naturally start to see us in a different way too. Conflict is a natural occurrence of us putting down boundaries. Conflict is a natural occurrence when we say no, or we start to take on a new role, you know, we start to take on a new personality, and people aren't used to that. Like, that's what I'm feeling here. Maybe this is connected into family and friendships, yeah? From the past even. But you've learned a lot here. In going through the lessons of the past, you've learned a lot by bringing them to the surface. However they've wanted to come about. This is all about you achieving your wish fulfillment, Virgo. I could really just keep talking all day, but I need to wrap this up. The Nine of Cups is emotional fulfillment and getting your wishes, falling in love with life again, falling in love. This is Cupid's arrow. The Eight of Wands is a lot of communication too. Plans, goals, what I want to achieve. Emotionally fulfilled, yeah? Communicating that to self and to others. Feeling excited about life again, feeling passionate about life again. This is what you're wanting to manifest. And these manifestations, this new beginning, is what you are manifesting. Feeling like you have a clean slate to do something or everything all over again. Yeah? You are ready. You are ready. And success awaits. Yeah? When I see this and this in your influential situations, what's going on for you, what this situation means for you, that's an 11. Look at that. There's beautiful energy in the Ten of Coins when it comes to longevity, commitment, permanency, the legacy, the dynasty you're building, an exciting gift from the divine. That's what the Ace of Wands represents. 10 and 1 is 11. Manifestation. So 11, 22, 77. That's some beautiful digits to work with. You are a powerful manifester. So try it. See how it goes. Test yourself. We're all very good at manifesting our fears, but how brave are we to manifest from our light and from our love? That is the question, Virgo. Alrighty, sending you a lot of love as you close out the final 2 weeks of May. I hope you've found some resonance in this message, some inspiration and a confirmation. Looking forward to your reading next month in June. I'll see you then. Thanks for watching.